Hey John, what you got there?
Okay, so I've got some wildflowers from the front yard. I had to pick them because they were growing over and wilting down, so here they are. Got them all bound up.
So what are you going to do with them?
I don't know yet. Maybe put them in a vase. I don't know. We'll see.
So what we're doing here is we have this black walnut tree and then another one behind it. Has dropped most of its black walnuts, and the grass is so tall that it's hard to see where they are. So we're going to cut through this, which will help hull the black walnuts from their outer shell when the lawnmower runs over it. And then we're going to collect them in this tub. And once the tub is full, we'll take off the outer shell, and then we are going to pressure wash them and let them dry, crack them open in a couple weeks. And that's the plan today. All right, this is the haul of 2023, baby. We got one bucket and another bucket. And with 3 people, it didn't take any time at all. And you may be thinking, hey, is this bad? Look at that, it's all black now, but these are ones that have been on the ground longer, so they have started to, break apart, decompose. But they're actually easier to open. Look, it kind of falls apart, whereas this one is like even with my thumb, it's just putting in a little indent in there. So it actually helps. So even if you got some maggots or some, I don't know if that white stuff is mold or anything like that, you can see a maggot right there. The nut is still in there and it's protected. Brooke learning how to mow. Yeah, buddy. We're taking the buckets and we're rolling them out in front of my car. And then we're gonna get in, spread them out a little bit so they're not stacked up, so it's kind of single layer. Yeah, John, you're doing just great. So it looks like they're a little easier now to open, especially the green ones. Like, look, that nut is almost exposed. You can see some maggots in that one. Oh, the car is coming right now. You about run me over. So what we're doing now, the car ran over the hull of the black walnut. It comes off super easy. And you still got some of that black crap over it. And we're wearing double protection here. You gotta wrap it twice. We got a pair of plastic gloves with work gloves on it, because last year my hands got stained black for about a week. But like I said, right now we're just taking the hull off, throwing the black walnut in there, and then the next step is to pressure wash it. So we'll see you back here after we're done taking the hull off. This is all the hull, the outer shell. Now we don't need this anymore, and I read that back in the day they used to boil this stuff in water and you can dye your hair with it. It's black, thick water. You can dye your hair with it, you can dye yarn with it, you can dye wool with it or leather. So as you can see here, we took all the walnuts and we rolled them out, single layer on the ground. We're gonna try just pressure washing them here and getting this black gunk off. It should more look like maybe this one right here underneath it all. And I got my Craftsman 3000 PSI pressure washer, 2.3 gallons per minute. She is tried and true, I tell you that. So what we wanted to get accomplished here is not working. So let me show you here. We want the walnut to kind of look like this. You see how it's like that light brown? So most of them, as in the previous video you saw the pressure washer, kind of just swept it away here, and didn't really take off anything, maybe a little bit, but I gotta get it closer up, so I'm gonna figure out a different way here. Also, what we're trying now is something I saw on another YouTube video. They had a big drum, like this rain barrel that we have. So we put about half our load in here. I don't know if you can see it down there, it's kind of dark. So we're just gonna see if it works, and then I'm gonna put the pressure washer wand and stick it in here. And this is great because it has a hole on the side. Where is that hole?
Keep going. Keep going right there.
Oh,
Well, you just passed it.
Somewhere on the
Right there.
side, right here. So then it'll let water out, the black nasty water. You can see it's all foaming up. but it really is working. Here, I'll show you one. Look at that. Took it right off. Now, you can still see some on the end. It's kind of caked on there, but for the most part, that's good, and I'm happy with that. So I'm happy to let this sit and dry. So we're gonna try the second batch. We're gonna let these dry for the next 2 to 3 weeks. I probably won't be back here for 2 to 3 weeks, so that's great. Something I saw on the internet was you can maybe lay them in a screened-in porch or somewhere sunny, but since I'm not here, I don't live here permanently, we are probably just gonna lay them out in the garage and hope the squirrel or something of the sort not get in the garage to snatch them up. But last year we didn't have an issue, so I'm going to see you all in a couple weeks. Hey guys, we are back. It has been 2 weeks since we originally harvested these walnuts off the ground, ran them over, cleaned them off, and let them to dry. So they've had 2 weeks. I've set them in the garage, dry them off a little bit. We're back here now, so now I'm going to get to cracking them open. And you're looking at this and you're like, what the hell? There are so many, this is going to take forever, and it's going to take forever, but I'm gonna do it, and then afterwards we're gonna make a black walnut cake. So the tools I have with me are, these are 2 picks for picking locks that I'm gonna use to help kind of pick out the walnut here. I have my hammer here, but I also have a hammer, a mallet with a hammer head. And then we're going to, I think I'm going to use this. So you can tell I've already started breaking some open, and you can see the nuts here. This is about 10 walnuts. I don't know how much that is, maybe a 1/4 cup. So this is going to be a lot of work. I have a paver down here because I don't want to be hammering on the concrete surface in case I'm damaging anything. So we're going to start hammering some. Why are you doing this? This is taking so long. This is going to take you all day to do for this a little amount of walnut. Why don't you just go to the store and buy some? I don't understand you. So I'm hitting these in their weakest point, which is either at the top here or the bottom. And I want the flattest surface. So this is more pointed here than this bottom side. So I'm going to put the pointed side down and hit it right here. And you'll see it opens way easier. So this is the finished product of one of those piles that you saw. I had 3 piles drying out in the garage. It took me probably about 2 hours to get through one of them, so I'm not going to do all of them at once, but I got a quart of walnuts right here. So what I'm going to show you guys next is a black walnut cake recipe I found. So let's see how it looks. Ta-da! That is a black walnut cake. We have a cup of chopped walnuts inside and another cup on top of our cream cheese frosting, and I used a bundt cake pan, which gives it that great design. And I also found a little bit of this on the internet to give it that little extra flavor, and this imitation black walnut flavor. Amazon, baby. So we have John here to taste test the first piece of black walnut cake. John, first thoughts?
This is really good.
Great.
Very moist.
And that is Al's very best black walnut harvesting.